and I feel like that I'm doing the right thing, and like it just feels nice to me that I know that I'm healing people and I'm helping people out with like trauma that happened to them.
You do. And I think what's so key is that bad things happen to a lot of people, but it becomes trauma when you don't say things like, no, I'm telling. Because I don't know if people realize this. The more I think about this title, do you know the number one healing for trauma is to speak about what happened to you? So, no, I'm telling is healing, because we're put here on earth to experience things, the good and the bad. It's when we silence ourselves. I mean, can you imagine? Here you are getting all these wonderful divine thoughts in your head. And if you silence that thought in your head, if you silence yourself and just kept everything inside, that you never can express all the wonderful things that happen to you. Thank you, Rashida. Children disassociate. Yeah, I mean, that's so normal. But being able to disassociating in the moment. I'm just reading a comment from Miss Rashida. I feel like, is that your mom in the comments?
Yes, it is.
Look at mom in the comments. She's so spot on. Children disassociate. Guess what? Disassociation is what's supposed to happen when scary things happen to you. You are supposed to disassociate. It's how your body deals with what's happened psychologically. Healing happens when you're like, okay, that was terrible. I just disassociated so that I can get through whatever scary thing that happened to me. Now I need to say something, because that's where the healing happens. When you start to, things start to float apart, but it's pulling everything back together that's healing. And so that is the piece that is so beautiful in just a simple message like speaking up. And I wonder from you, Raj, if you could tell adults one thing that makes it easier for kids to speak up, to actually be able to say, no, I'm telling, what would you say to an adult? Talk to adults now. Mhm.
I would say that to let their kids know that you believe them, and that there's like don't put other things over your kids, and to and allow your kids to have the strength to say no, to say no in any circumstance, in anything.
I love that. Believe them.
All right.
That is so beautiful. It is. And I think the problem is that so many children aren't believed. So many children, because it's upsetting the apple cart when they, especially when
Tell the
it's
truth.
somebody in your family, especially if it's a person that is, you're financially dependent on another person in the household, and that speaking up can sometimes shatter relationships. And Jamila, I want you to comment on this, because many families are taught we got to keep this in the family. How do we begin to dismantle some of these messages where let's keep it to ourselves, let's keep this in the family, and what you're talking about is, let's write a whole book on it and let's educate everybody else. And you
Right.
speaking about this today.
So when you're telling your children, like, keep it in the family, or what goes in this house stays in this house. I mean, my mom never taught me that. And none of us, we never was told that. And I never told my children that. But I know a lot of my friends, that's what was said. Like, what happens in this house stays in this house. But what are you really sending out to your children? What energy are you really sending out? You're sending out, if you are hurt, if something happens, you don't get to speak up. You keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. You don't get to honor yourself.